Let us learn 4 creative SmartArt animation tricks you may not have known before. Let us jump to the first one. I have 4 facts about Mercury. I want to convert this slide into a SmartArt. So let me go to more SmartArt graphics and let me use text, numbered card list and say OK. If I want to place this right in the center, I need to click on the bounding box, align center. Then let us go to change color and add a little bit of fun to this. The first thing I'm going to do is to right click and duplicate the slide. And then let us take the first point, go to format and use this option here called larger. Now we have the first box larger than the rest of the boxes. Then right click, duplicate slide. This time I want to bring this back to its original size. So let us click on this, go to format again and say smaller. But this time we are going to have this second one larger. And we are going to repeat the same thing for the next one as well. And then I'm going to bring the original one back by copying it and then placing it right at the end. Now let us select all of them and then go to transitions and apply Morph Transition, and we're going to have it for around say 0.75 seconds or 1 second. And let us go to the first one, go to slideshow. Now I want to talk about the first one. Now you can see that the first one is highlighted. Then on the next click, the second one is highlighted and the first one goes back to its original size. Then the third one, then the fourth one. And once I finish talking about all of them, I click and I get it back to the way it was before. It's a very simple trick, very subtle one, but it definitely catches the audience's attention. Now this time I have 5 points and the SmartArt that I used is the one available in text cards, and it is right here called horizontal action list, and that is how I got this option here. If you don't know that Microsoft has introduced these new SmartArt diagrams, then you should watch the previous video that I made. I will leave a link to that video right now on your screen in the iCard. Now when I apply custom animation to this, by going to animations and then using the fly-in animation and choose the option of revealing it one by one, I get a result like this. On a click, you see this kind of an animation, and you can see that it is pretty painful and pretty juvenile actually. And a lot of presenters still use this kind of animation, and it really pains me to see that. Now I want to animate this in a different way by first breaking it down into its individual pieces. It is very much possible for you to break down any SmartArt into its individual shapes by right-clicking and using group ungroup option twice. Then we will select each one of these items and press Ctrl G. All we are doing is this and this are getting clubbed together. So that is all there is. So you can click and drag across and group them together. Now we have a core idea and we have 2 secondary ideas emerging from the core idea. First, let us choose this shape and then add animation, and here we have motion path line animation and it needs to go to the right. Now you see that it is overshooting the target. So let us select the end point here, hold the shift button down and place it right on top of the previous one. Now we want to reverse the path of this. It is not that I want secondary one going into core idea, it should actually be the other way around. So let us select this animation and then go to effect options and choose this option here called reverse path direction. So that is how it comes out. And if you want to change the duration, you can always do so by saying around 1 second. And then let us go to animation pane. So you can see that we can add a little bit of oomph to this by adding some bounce end and say OK. But then when I go to slideshow, you see that it is already there. And when I click, it goes inside and then comes out. So that is not what we want. We want this to be hidden, but at the same time, it should be possible for us to be able to do all the editing visibly. So I'm going to add another animation called add animation and appear. And this is going to be the first animation. So I'm going to click and drag it all the way up. And then the second one needs to happen after previous. So when I go to slideshow, on a click, you can see that from the core idea, a secondary idea is coming out. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to do this for this one as well, just to show how it is done once again, so you clearly understand the process. I select this, then add custom animation, which is motion path animation, and we are going to have it move to the left. As you can see here, this has overshot its distance. So I'm going to hold the shift button and then bring it back to the center. And then let us reduce the duration to 1 second and then click and go to effect options and add a bit of bounce end. And then we want this to appear first. So let us go to add animation appear. And this I'm going to move slightly up and then we are going to have the motion path animation happen after previous. And as I observe here, I seem to have missed one point, and that is when I select this, I need to have this reverse path direction, and that's a very important thing. So when I go to slideshow, first I talk about the core idea, then on a click I reveal the first secondary idea, and then on a click I reveal the second secondary idea. And the reason why this is coming from the top is because we have not sent it to back. So I'm going to right click and send it to back. Now that would solve the issue, secondary 1 and secondary 2. Now you do the exact same thing. So tertiary 1 comes from secondary 1 and tertiary 2 comes from secondary 2. And if you do that, this is how the result will be. And then we have tertiary 1 and tertiary 2. Isn't that beautiful? It's a very professional way to reveal one idea coming out of the previous one. So far we have learned 2 wonderful tricks. Let us learn the third one. Here I have the timeline for the development of artificial intelligence. Naturally, the graphic that you need to use for this is timeline graphic. Right click, go to convert to SmartArt, go to more SmartArt graphics, and let us go to timeline. And this time I'm going to choose this one called as bullet timeline inverted and say OK. Then I'm going to have this a little more colorful, change color and maybe say this. Now, if I were to go to slideshow and then present it the way it is, chances are that the audience might get confused because there are too many events and they are in all directions. So the way that I prefer to do it is to place the same graphic on 2 different slides. So it is easy for me to explain fewer points on a click. Let me show you what I mean by this. Now, let me zoom out so it is much smaller. Then let us select this and then extend this pretty long. So at any given point of time, I only need to show 3. Maybe I need to do this a little bit more. So this 2016 extends a little further out. So only the first 3 points are shown here. And then we have the next 3 points shown here. Now let us go to thumbnails. Maybe I can drag this out a little bit so you can clearly see. I'm going to duplicate the slide. And in the duplicate slide, let me select this graphic and then use my left arrow key so I can show from 2016 onwards the 3 events. And all I need to do is to go to the second slide, go to transitions and add Morph Transition, and that's it. Let us go to the first slide. I talk about the first 3 points, then on a click, I extend it to the next 3 points and so on. So you can present your long timeline diagrams in an easy to absorb way for your audience. In fact, there are so many creative things you can do with SmartArt that we have a separate course for it called SmartArt Mastery. And this course is part of our Ram Gopal's PowerPoint Mastery program, which in turn is a collection of more than 42 products, 42 courses. So if you are a professional who needs to make presentations in a professional way, then this is a useful course for you to learn. The link is in the description box below. Let us get back to the fourth SmartArt trick. Let us select all of these. And then I'm going to convert this to SmartArt and use one of the traditional ones, like say this list one right at the start and say OK. And next thing I'm going to do is to change the style of this. I don't really want this all filled. Let us go to change color and use something like this. If you don't want blue color, you can choose red color. Now, if I were to use the traditional custom animation, then I would go here and then try and use some kind of a fade animation. And that would turn out to be like this. And that is pretty nasty. Let us go to effect options and say 1 by 1. When I go to slideshow, this is how it comes. And it is pretty okay. But we are going to wow the audience, and therefore let me show you something more interesting. The next thing I'm going to do is to make these boxes transparent. I'm going to select all these shapes while holding the shift button down like this, and then right click, go to format shape, and you can see that the transparency is 0%. So let us increase it all the way to 100%. Next, let us go to shapes and then pick up the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle which has the same dimension as this box behind. And then let us go to shape fill and give it some kind of a light red color like this, no outline, and then right click and send to back. The next thing I'm going to do is to add an animation to this. First, let us have a simple fade animation. Then after selecting that shape, let me add animation, and this time I'm going to use lines motion path animation and say right. And that needs to end somewhere here right on the box. So let me click here, hold the shift button down and then move it like this. Let us select the same box once again, add animation, lines motion path animation, take this one which is the default direction, and then let us place this over here. And then we need to have the starting point from the point where it stopped the previous time. So when I go to slideshow, on a click, the first point is highlighted. Then we move it to the second point, and then we move it to the third point. Now let us complete the animation for the rest of the points as well, because we don't really want to do anything half-heartedly. So let us go to add animation, lines, and let us have this placed right here. And then the starting point is going to be from the place where we left off the previous time. And then let us add the one final animation, and this is lines. And we are going to have this end somewhere over here. And the starting point for this animation is going to be from where we left off the previous time. Let us select all of these animations and then reduce the duration to say around 0.5 seconds. And then let us go to effect options and add a little bit of oomph by adding bounce end and say OK. And let us go to slideshow. On a click, we have the first one highlighted like this. Then on a click, we go to the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Isn't that beautiful? And if you have not checked out the new SmartArt graphics option available in PowerPoint and you want a video on that, then I have a video right now on your screen. Click on that and watch this video called PowerPoint SmartArt, what is new and how to use it, and you will love the ideas that are given there. I'll see you inside that video next.